Joining me now from New York City, public affairs consultant and former Trump campaign advisor, Sam Nunberg. Sam, I want to start off things with Christie. I hate to do this, but he's making the talk show circuit right now. And of course, he's very famous for Monday morning quarterbacking. That's exactly what he's doing vis-a-vis President Trump right now. So he's out there also, by the way, hawking a book. But he's talking about the shutdown. Roll tape.
The president blew it.
When?
When he shut the government down with no plan on how to reopen it.
Entirely his fault, right?
Listen, and I said this to him, like, listen, if you're going to do this, you better have an exit plan, because sometimes in politics, things don't go the way you expect. And so if it doesn't go well in the first couple of days, you got to have a way to get it back open.
All right, obviously, Christie, constitutionally off base, Sam, but I want to go to the president's tweet out of this. And this is what the president is saying. If the committee of Republicans and Democrats now meeting on border security is not discussing or contemplating a wall or physical barrier, they are wasting their time. If a wall, a physical barrier, some sort of permanent barrier at the border is not the end product here, the president is 100% correct. What is the point of them negotiating if we're not going to come up with some sort of permanent solution at the southern border?
You know, Graham, you're exactly right, and even what you said in your intro. The idea that a border wall, the idea that securing our border is a vice, is something that I don't understand, has become, and unfortunately, Graham, it's part of the two-party duopoly, because frankly, the Senate does not have the stomach to pass that wall. And the irony is that the president clearly has the option, which he should take at this point, which is just using his emergency powers to take money from the appropriate departments and build that wall. I don't understand why he doesn't do it. I don't understand why people are advising him in his White House not to, particularly his son-in-law. Now, when it comes to Christie, look, Christie loves to say he's the smartest man in the room, but Graham, the fact of the matter is Christie got around 5 votes in New Hampshire, and I don't say that just to make fun of him, but I don't like him very much. The point is that you always have these people that want to criticize this president when he fails, and they never want to give the easy path solution. Look, the fact of the matter is the president has shown leadership. He has offered something on DACA that, Graham, I don't personally agree with, that I don't think we should be doing in a tit for tat. But that's the fact of the matter is that he's taking his party, he's taking us to a point that we don't normally agree with, and he's not getting anything in return. If the government is unable to, the legislative body is unable to get him wall funding, is unable to do anything that secures this border, the same way that they did, Graham, in 2006 when you had Senators Obama, Clinton, and Biden vote for a fence. If they're unable to do that, then the president simply has to use his emergency authority to get the proper funding. And then if they wants to go to court, let it go to court.
Right. And I totally agree with that point. And to that end, why wait to declare a state of emergency at the border? It's been a state of emergency at the border for decades now. I think he should play, excuse the pun, his trump card now. And Sam, there have been 58 total emergencies declared since 1976. There are currently 31 active emergencies, none as dire as this one. But from a positioning standpoint, and your background is public relations and imaging and such, the president, I think it's been very important that he has used the term crisis at the border. There is a crisis at the border, and that's how he can address it, through a declaration of an emergency. And it's also interesting how the Democrats push back on that word. They have fixated on that word. And so Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer come out and they say there is no crisis. I think it's because, in the end, they see how this is going to end. I think it is going to end in a declaration of emergency.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's ironic, but and it'll show hypocrisy. But the fact of the matter is, President Obama, President Trump's immediate predecessor, used emergency funds or did things that were clearly unconstitutional, that were not declarations of emergency funds. Let me give you 2 quick examples. He moved money around in the Pentagon when he went in for his quote-unquote kinetic operation in Libya, which of course ended up with Americans dead on 9/11 in 2012. Also, Graham, one of President Obama's last acts was he took money from the Treasury to fund Obamacare.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.